Today on DC News Now, heat and humidity continue, and we're tracking the possibility for storms. Meteorologist Damon Matson times everything out.
You can expect a lot of traffic and increased security for the NATO summit today. What to expect? Police are searching for this car they believe is involved in a quadruple shooting in Southeast. I'll have the latest on the investigation.
Walmart, Giant, and Safeway have a wide presence across the DMV, offer competitive discounts to real consumers inside. But before heading out the door and grabbing a cart, we're back with the latest prices on 10 grocery essentials to start the week.
And meet the DMV doer, helping families in many different ways.
Believe is beautiful to me because it gives everybody hope.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. The high heat is back today and already having a major impact. Heat advisories currently set all across the DMV. Fairfax County Public Schools have again canceled outdoor activities on fields and courts from now until 8 p.m. The heat emergency continues here in the district until Thursday, July 11th. Meteorologist Damon Matson joined us. Latest check on the forecast. Damon, we just have to ride this out because, no relief in sight anytime soon?
That's right, Mark. We're just chugging along at this point. Mother Nature is serving up more of the same as we go about these next couple of days. The heat and humidity is not going anywhere. Check it out. Those heat advisories, they remain in effect. Everywhere you see orange on this map, pretty much from Interstate 81 eastward is where we have those heat advisories in effect both today and tomorrow. So just be ready for those higher temperatures in the middle to upper 90s, heat index values well into the triple digits. That's why this heat advisory is in place until 8 p.m. then on Wednesday, with that second half of the day through the afternoon and evening being the most sweltering. And we're already getting there as we get into this early Tuesday afternoon. The feels like temperature in Leesburg is already 108 degrees, 104 in the district. Manassas and Lexington Park 106. Just like yesterday, you're going to find the higher temperatures, the higher heat index values to the east, slightly cooler, but not much by much at all to the west. So that's the setup we are going to continue to see and deal with. Now today, we have another opportunity to see some spotty showers and storms. The coverage should be a little bit better than yesterday, so some locations will get a cool down, but overall rain chances remain minimal until we get to tomorrow. How will Beryl's remnants passing by to our west have an impact on our forecast moving forward? We'll have a full look at that forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. With the NATO summit beginning today, the Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture is closed. If you have passes to visit today, Smithsonian says that they can be used on another day. That's just one of many closures and delays that D.C. goers could face today. D.C. News Now's Liberty Simmons breaks down what you can expect at the summit.
Well, you can expect major closures on streets such as Constitution Avenue, Independence Avenue, Pennsylvania Avenue, just to name a few. And we're already seeing the fencing put up here as world leaders are expected to meet for the 75th anniversary of the NATO alliance. Here is a map of the closures on your screen. There's also increased security fencing around those areas, as well as the Mellon Auditorium, where supporters of Ukraine are expected to hold a rally. The NATO summit will take place over 3 days. During those days, the district is restricting parking and implementing closures from now until July 11th. The mayor's office is encouraging residents and visitors to plan ahead. It warns there will be traffic, pedestrian, and public transportation impacts around the convention center, Carnegie Library, Mount Vernon Square, Mellon Auditorium, and the White House. It says homes and businesses nearby will generally be accessible, but vehicles and pedestrians may be required to undergo security screening. Kyla Arriger says it's exciting to have the summit in the district for the first time in 25 years, but she says she's glad she didn't drive.
Usually it's not too bad down here, but boy, the traffic is crazy today. I've definitely seen a lot more police around. I'm glad I didn't drive into work today. It would have been, I never would have gotten there.
We had booked parking ahead of time. We're able to get there, but then because of the traffic and the barriers, there was much longer wait.
Meanwhile, supporters of Ukraine do plan to rally and protest near the Mellon Auditorium at 3 p.m. this afternoon. For now, in Northwest D.C., Liberty Simmons, D.C. News Now.
All right, Liberty, thank you. Meanwhile, Russia launched a major missile attack on several cities on the eve of the NATO summit, and that includes strikes on a children's hospital in Kyiv. Across the country, more than 42 people died and at least 200 others were injured. And with Russian attacks showing no sign of ending, the summit is expected to produce new commitments to support Ukraine. World leaders are also expected to discuss preparing NATO for a possible return of Donald Trump to the presidency. Former president has repeatedly threatened to pull the U.S. out of the alliance if member countries don't meet their financial obligations. The White House says the summit will put on full display the importance of the alliance for global security.
75 years, NATO has served a vital role in protecting the American people and in making the world a less dangerous place. NATO is the strongest defensive alliance in history, and today it is bigger, stronger, better resourced, and more united than ever before, in large part due to President Biden's leadership over the past 3 years.
Biden expected to hold a news conference on Thursday. And as our reporter Liberty Simmons reports, coinciding with the summit, pro-Ukraine activists are rallying to get NATO and the public's attention. Protests slated to start at 3 p.m. and will take place outside of the Mellon Auditorium near the Smithsonian Metro Station. Activists will be rallying to increase support for Ukraine's war against Russia, and they're also supporting Ukraine's efforts to join NATO. High police presence will already be in the area. The protest may have an impact on traffic as well. Virginia State Police are investigating a fatal crash on I-95 in Prince William County. According to preliminary reports, an SUV traveling north in the express lanes pulled off onto the shoulder. Both the driver and passenger got out of the vehicle when a Ford F-150 pickup truck veered on the shoulder, hitting the driver, passenger, and the SUV. The driver of the SUV and the Ford were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, but the passenger unfortunately died at the scene. State police have not yet notified next of kin. An investigation underway after a vehicle crashes into a building in Northwest D.C. It happened at 2 this morning at the Cove co-working space. According to a police report, witnesses say a vehicle traveling at a high speed, spinning until it flipped and struck the building. They said the two people fled the scene shortly after the crash. When D.C. Fire and EMS arrived on the scene, there was no one in the vehicle. As you can see in the video, there's a lot of damage to the storefront, but officials say that they did not find any issues with the structural integrity of the building. D.C. police are investigating a quadruple shooting in Southeast, the latest instance of mass gun violence in the district. D.C. News Now's Yamari Sase has the latest from the scene.
Police are searching for a car they believe is involved in the quadruple shooting that took place right here on Potomac Avenue last night. Now, we spoke to one man this morning who was on his way to work and he found out his car was shot up. You can even see the glass right here on the ground. And now he says he's frustrated with the gun violence.
I didn't hear anything last night. I come out like a normal day, just ready to go to work. And I find out that there's holes in my car and the window's busted.
An unfortunate morning for this D.C. man who did not want to be identified. He realized his car was shot up.
It's just not something I would expect to see coming outside, in the morning. But being in the area that I'm in, you have to expect stuff like this.
It happened during a quadruple shooting Monday evening around 8:30 on Potomac Avenue. Police say they found 4 people shot. 2 men have life-threatening injuries, and 2 women are expected to be okay. Now police need help finding the suspect's vehicle, this blue SUV. People who live here say it's not fair that bad decisions made by others are affecting innocent people.
Extremely frustrating because I don't want this stuff following me around. I try to get away from it. It's not cool. It's not fair. People don't understand. Well, some people don't understand the concept of hard work and achievement. And they just want to take and hurt, and it's not good. It's not good at all. It's got to stop.
If anyone has any information regarding this shooting, you are encouraged to contact police. For now, reporting in Southeast, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
Our thanks to Yamari. D.C. police searching for the suspects who stole a vehicle on Savannah Street in Southeast. They say 2 people entered a parked vehicle back on June 30th and then drove away. Police say that the vehicle was used in several armed carjackings before it was recovered. The first happened last Tuesday on Calvert Street in Northwest. D.C. police say the vehicle was involved in another carjacking the next day on 8th Street in Northwest. If you have any information, you are asked to contact police. Meanwhile, carjackings in the district are reportedly down 46% compared to this time last year, and officials attributing that progress to years of collaboration with law enforcement agencies. DC News Now's Mario Carbone is breaking down the numbers for us.
So far this year, D.C. has had its share of high-profile carjacking cases. In January, former Trump official Mike Gill was shot and killed in a carjacking spree. In June, Leslie Gaines was killed in a crash after an SUV was carjacked at MedStar Washington Hospital with her in it. Despite that,
we are on the right path.
According to U.S. Attorney Matt Graves, the district is making progress. Carjacking cases are down 46% year to date, with just 31 carjackings reported this June. That's compared to 140 cases last June. He credits this progress to D.C.'s carjacking task force,
a team of detectives focused exclusively on carjackings and related crimes.
Since its formation, the task force identified several key trends and issues. First, most carjackings were simply for the purpose of joyriding. Also prevalent, cases where the car was sold or used for another crime. Plus, the surge is influenced by juveniles, with a small group driving the trend.
Anyone telling our youth that carjacking is not a big deal and that carjacked vehicles are free cars are lying to them.
Graves says he's encouraging other officials to charge 16 and 17-year-olds who commit multiple armed carjackings as adults.
That carjacking doesn't give you a free car, it gives you a fast pass to jail.
Reporting for DC News Now, I'm Marielle Carbone.